For 15 long years, Lisa Morgan moved silently through the gleaming corridors of Morgan Tech, a powerhouse in the tech world that prided itself on innovation and ruthless ambition. Her janitor's uniform a perfect disguise that kept her identity, and true power hidden from all who walked those marble floors. Each day she pushed her mop and cart past flashy conference rooms where executives made deals that shaped the future, past the sleek offices where the CEO, Marcus Blake, held his dominion with an iron fist wrapped in a silver tongue, and past employees who barely gave a glance to the woman quietly tending to their messes, not knowing that Lisa was no ordinary custodian, but the majority owner of the company, a secret she guarded fiercely since inheriting Morgan Tech from her late father, a man who had built the empire with sweat, smarts, and a vision of integrity that now lay buried under layers of corporate greed and corruption. While Marcus Blake basked in the limelight, boasting to shareholders and the press about the company's soaring profits and visionary leadership, Lisa knew the truth behind the curtain: the mismanagement, the ethical breaches, the toxic culture fostered by a CEO more interested in personal gain than the welfare of employees or the company's legacy. And she had spent years quietly gathering evidence, listening to whispered complaints from loyal workers, studying financial reports, and piecing together the damage wrought by Marcus's reckless decisions. As she swept and cleaned, she absorbed every detail of the internal workings, noting who was truly dedicated to the company's mission and who was complicit in its decline. And she watched Marcus's arrogance grow, his disdain for anyone beneath him palpable in every interaction. The kind of leader who took credit for success but never shouldered blame, who encouraged cutthroat competition that bred fear rather than collaboration, and who dismissed any concerns about the company's culture as distractions from real business. Yet Lisa remained patient, biding her time while the public only saw the glossy surface, unaware of the rot underneath, knowing that power, like dust, could be swept away with the right tools and timing. Behind the scenes, she formed alliances with key employees who shared her vision for a better Morgan Tech, carefully navigating the delicate balance of secrecy and strategy while maintaining her humble persona to avoid suspicion. For if anyone learned of her true status, the entire plan might unravel prematurely. Her days began before dawn and stretched late into the night, cleaning floors that bore the footprints of the powerful, while she built a fortress of evidence and support that would one day allow her to reclaim her rightful place, restore the company to its founding principles, and bring accountability to those who had abused their power. On many evenings, she paused by the CEO's office, watching the lights burn late into the night as Marcus reveled in his perceived invincibility. But Lisa saw through the facade, recognizing the cracks in his empire, the growing discontent among employees, the missed opportunities, and the looming threat of a scandal waiting to be exposed. Even as she cleaned spilled coffee from the breakroom floor or wiped down conference tables after high-stakes meetings, she imagined the day when she would step from the shadows, not as a janitor, but as the rightful leader who would stop the rot, firing the CEO who had betrayed the company's legacy, and setting Morgan Tech on a path to true greatness. Her story was one of quiet resilience and careful planning, of knowing when to wait and when to act. And though the world saw only a janitor, Lisa Morgan carried within her the vision of a leader and the resolve to change the course of history, for her company and the people who believed in it. The journey ahead was daunting, filled with risks and sacrifices, but after 15 years of watching, learning, and preparing, Lisa was ready to shake the foundations of Morgan Tech and reveal the truth that would shock a boardroom, inspire employees, and rewrite the story of what it meant to be a leader in the modern world. As the days turned into months, Lisa Morgan's secret mission grew ever more intricate and delicate, the quiet janitor carefully navigating the high-stakes world of corporate intrigue while maintaining her unassuming presence among the unsuspecting employees and executives of Morgan Tech. Behind her modest demeanor and mop bucket, she worked tirelessly to gather undeniable proof of CEO Marcus Blake's mismanagement and ethical breaches, piecing together a comprehensive dossier that exposed his reckless financial maneuvers, inflated claims of success, and toxic leadership style that had corroded the company's once innovative spirit. In hushed conversations with trusted colleagues, Lisa formed a network of allies, Employees disillusioned by Marcus's arrogance and abuse of power, who provided her with insider knowledge and support, their loyalty fueled by the hope that change was finally coming. She studied every detail of the company's finances and internal communications, uncovering falsified reports, illegal shortcuts, and decisions made without regard for the long-term health of Morgan Tech or the welfare of its workforce, all while balancing the physical demands of her janitorial duties and the emotional toll of living a double life. Marcus, oblivious to the storm brewing just beneath his feet, continued to project confidence, throwing extravagant parties to distract the board and media, while pushing initiatives that prioritized short-term profits over sustainable growth and employee well-being. But Lisa knew his reign was unsustainable, and that the longer he held power, the more damage he inflicted on the company's reputation and culture. The tension inside Morgan Tech grew palpable as rumors swirled about leadership instability, and employees speculated about the mysterious janitor who seemed to have an uncanny insight into company affairs, sparking curiosity and whispered admiration. Lisa's dual existence was a study in contrasts. By day, she was the quiet woman who cleaned floors and wiped windows, invisible to many. Yet by night, she pored over documents, strategized with legal advisors, and rehearsed the moment when she would finally reveal her identity and reclaim the company her father had entrusted to her. The stakes could not have been higher. If Marcus caught wind of her plans, he would use every resource at his disposal to crush her efforts and maintain his grip on power. But Lisa's resolve only hardened as she witnessed firsthand the damage caused by unchecked greed and poor leadership. Determined to protect the employees who had suffered under Marcus's rule and to restore Morgan Tech's integrity and vision, her clandestine work also included outreach beyond the walls of Morgan Tech, as she connected with advocates for corporate accountability and ethical business practices, ensuring that when the truth came to light, it would resonate far beyond the boardroom and inspire a movement for change. Every mop she pushed and every floor she cleaned served as a reminder of what was at stake, fueling her determination to transform the company into a place where hard work was respected, innovation was encouraged, and leadership was accountable. Despite the personal sacrifices, missed family gatherings, the constant pressure of secrecy, and the emotional weight of confrontation, Lisa found strength in the knowledge that she was fighting not just for herself, but for the countless employees who deserved better, for the legacy her father had dreamed of, and for the future of Morgan Tech itself. As the pivotal board meeting approached, Lisa felt the weight of history upon her shoulders, knowing that one decisive moment could change everything, and as she prepared to step out of the shadows and into her rightful role, she carried with her the hopes of a company waiting to be reborn, ready to confront the corrupt CEO and prove once and for all that true leadership comes not from titles or appearances, but from courage, vision, and unwavering integrity. The day of reckoning arrived with a mix of tension and anticipation simmering throughout the Morgan Tech headquarters, as the boardroom, normally a place of polished suits and guarded smiles, prepared to witness a moment that would forever change the company's trajectory, and no one, not even the seasoned executives, expected the quiet janitor, Lisa Morgan, to be at the center of it all. Dressed sharply in a tailored suit that contrasted starkly with her usual uniform, Lisa entered the room with a calm confidence born of years of preparation, her presence immediately silencing whispers and drawing curious, incredulous glances from the gathered board members and Marcus Blake himself, who sat arrogantly, believing his control was unshakable, unaware that his downfall was moments away. As Lisa began to speak, her voice steady and authoritative, she revealed the truth of her identity. Not a mere janitor, but the majority owner of Morgan Tech, a legacy she had inherited from her late father, who had entrusted her with the company's future long ago but insisted she earn it through wisdom and perseverance. And the revelation stunned everyone into silence, the weight of her words hanging in the air like a thunderclap. Then, without hesitation, Lisa presented a meticulously compiled dossier that laid bare Marcus Blake's misdeeds, fraudulent financial reports, unethical business practices, reckless decisions endangering the company's stability, and a toxic culture that stifled innovation and demoralized employees. As she detailed each violation, the board members' expressions shifted from disbelief to concern, their earlier confidence replaced by a dawning recognition of the damage Marcus had wrought under their watch. Marcus attempted to defend himself, his protests growing desperate and loud, but Lisa's calm demeanor and the irrefutable evidence left no room for doubt, and one by one, board members voiced their support for Lisa's leadership, calling for Marcus's immediate removal as CEO. The atmosphere crackled with a mixture of shock, vindication, and hope, as employees who had long felt powerless watched from afar, realizing that the woman they had overlooked was the force who would finally restore fairness and vision to their workplace. As Marcus was escorted out, stunned and defeated, Lisa addressed the room with a message of renewal and unity, emphasizing her commitment to transparency, ethical leadership, and fostering a culture where every employee's voice mattered. The media frenzy that followed only amplified her story. The janitor who was really the owner, the whistleblower who dared to challenge the status quo, and the new leader who promised to turn Morgantech into a company that valued people as much as profits. Behind the scenes, Lisa's victory was not just about ousting a corrupt CEO, but about reclaiming a dream deferred, about honoring her father's legacy and proving that true leadership required courage, integrity, and a willingness to fight for what was right. And as she looked around at the faces of those who believed in her, Lisa felt a surge of determination to lead with humility and strength, ready to rebuild Morgantech into a beacon of innovation and respect in the industry, showing the world that sometimes the most unexpected leaders are the ones who leave the biggest impact. With Marcus Blake's abrupt removal still reverberating through the halls of Morgantech, Lisa Morgan stepped fully into her role as the company's owner and new CEO, ready to transform the business from a symbol of corporate arrogance and decay into a model of innovation, integrity, and inclusivity. Her first acts as leader were bold and uncompromising. She dismantled the toxic management structures that had allowed greed and disrespect to fester, replacing them with transparent governance and empowering initiatives designed to uplift employees at every level, from engineers to administrative staff, recognizing that a company's greatest asset was its people, not just its profits. Lisa launched comprehensive audits to repair the financial damage left by her predecessor and invested heavily in ethical technology development, ensuring Morgantech would pioneer breakthroughs while adhering to responsible practices that respected privacy, security, and social impact. Under her guidance, employee well-being programs flourished, fostering a culture of collaboration, respect, and shared purpose that began to restore trust and morale throughout the organization, inspiring workers who had long felt unseen and undervalued to become passionate advocates for the company's new direction. Lisa also made strategic moves to repair Morgantech's public image, engaging openly with media and stakeholders, sharing the company's renewed commitment to accountability and sustainable growth, while her personal story, a janitor who quietly owned the company, captivated the public imagination and became a beacon of hope for workers everywhere, demonstrating that leadership could come from unexpected places and that perseverance and integrity would always be rewarded. The ripple effects of her leadership extended beyond the walls of Morgantech, influencing industry standards and sparking conversations about diversity, equity, and the importance of ethical business practices in tech and beyond. As months turned into years, Lisa's vision materialized into a thriving, innovative company, respected for both its products and its principled leadership, a legacy her father would have been proud to see fulfilled. Through it all, Lisa remained grounded, often seen personally engaging with employees, listening to their ideas, and sharing the story of her journey, reminding everyone that true leadership was about service, courage, and the relentless pursuit of justice. The story of the janitor who fired the CEO after 15 years and reclaimed her company became a legend in corporate history, a testament to the power of quiet strength, unwavering conviction, and the belief that no matter one's title or station, anyone could rise to lead and change the world. And as Morgantech soared to new heights under her stewardship, Lisa Morgan proved once and for all that the greatest leaders are those who lead not with ego, but with heart.